The Song of Solomon, from the Basic Bible, Old Testament. Chapter 1. The Song of Songs, which is Solomon's. Let him give me the kisses of his mouth, for his love is better than wine. Sweet is the smell of your perfumes, your name is as perfume running out, so the young girls give you their love. Take me to you, and we will go after you. The king has taken me into his house. We will be glad and full of joy in you. We will give more thought to your love than to wine. Rightly are they your lovers. I am dark, but fair of form, O daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar, as the curtains of Solomon. Let not your eyes be turned on me, because I am dark, because I was looked on by the sun. My mother's children were angry with me. They made me the keeper of the vine gardens, but my vine garden I have not kept. Say, O love of my soul, where you give food to your flock, and where you make them take their rest in the heat of the day, why have I to be as one wandering by the flocks of your friends? If you have not knowledge, O most beautiful among women, go on your way in the footsteps of the flock, and give your young goats food by the tents of the keepers. I have made a comparison of you, O my love, to a horse in Pharaoh's carriages. Your face is a delight with rings of hair, your neck with chains of jewels. We will make you chains of gold with ornaments of silver. While the king is seated at his table, my spices send out their perfume. As a bag of myrrh is my well-loved one to me when he is at rest all night between my breasts. My love is to me as a branch of the cypress tree in the vine gardens of En-gedi. See, you are fair, my love, you are fair, you have the eyes of a dove. See, you are fair, my loved one, and a pleasure. Our bed is green. Cedar trees are the pillars of our house, and our boards are made of fir trees. Chapter 2. I am a rose of Sharon, a flower of the valleys. As the lily flower among the thorns of the waste, so is my love among the daughters. As the apple tree among the trees of the wood, so is my loved one among the sons. I took my rest under his shade with great delight, and his fruit was sweet to my taste. He took me to the house of wine, and his flag over me was love. Make me strong with wine cakes. Let me be comforted with apples. I am overcome with love. His left hand is under my head, and his right hand is round about me. I say to you, O daughters of Jerusalem, by the rose of the field, do not let love be moved till it is ready. The voice of my loved one, see, he comes dancing on the mountains, stepping quickly on the hills. My loved one is like a roe. See, he is on the other side of our wall. He is looking in at the windows, letting himself be seen through the spaces. My loved one said to me, Get up, my love, my fair one, and come away. For see, the winter is past, the rain is over and gone. The flowers are come on the earth. The time of cutting the vines is come, and the voice of the dove is sounding in our land. The fig tree puts out her green fruit, and the vines with their young fruit give a good smell. Get up from your bed, my beautiful one, and come away. O my dove, you are in the holes of the mountainsides, in the cracks of the high hills. Let me see your face. Let your voice come to my ears. For sweet is your voice, and your face is fair. Take for us the foxes, the little foxes, which do damage to the vines. Our vines have young grapes. My loved one is mine, and I am his. He takes his food among the flowers. Till the evening comes, and the sky slowly becomes dark. Come, my loved one, and be like a roe on the mountains of Bether. Chapter 3. By night on my bed I was looking for him who is the love of my soul. I was looking for him, but I did not see him. I will get up now and go about the town. In the streets and in the wide ways I will go after him who is the love of my soul. I went after him, but I did not see him. The watchmen who go about the town came by me. To them I said, Have you seen him who is my heart's desire? I was but a little way from them when I came face to face with him who is the love of my soul. I took him by the hands and did not let him go till I had taken him into my mother's house and into the room of her who gave me birth. I say to you, O daughters of Jerusalem, by the roes of the field, let not love be moved till it is ready. Who is this coming out of the waste places like pillars of smoke, perfumed with sweet spices, with all the spices of the trader? See, it is the bed of Solomon. 60 men of war are about it, of the army of Israel, all of them armed with swords, trained in war. Every man has his sword at his side because of fear in the night. King Solomon made himself a bed of the wood of Lebanon. He made its pillars of silver, its base of gold, its seat of purple, the middle of it of ebony. Go out, O daughters of Jerusalem, and see King Solomon, with the crown which his mother put on his head on the day when he was married, and on the day of the joy of his heart. Chapter 4. See, you are fair, my love, you are fair. You have the eyes of a dove. Your hair is as a flock of goats, which take their rest on the side of Gilead. Your teeth are like a flock of sheep whose wool is newly cut, which come up from the washing. Everyone has 2 lambs, and there is not one without young. Your red lips are like a bright thread, and your mouth is fair of form. The sides of your head are like pomegranate fruit under your veil. Your neck is like the Tower of David, made for a storehouse of arms, in which 1,000 breastplates are hanging, breastplates for fighting men. Your 2 breasts are like 2 young roes of the same birth, which take their food among the lilies. Till the evening comes and the sky slowly becomes dark, I will go to the mountain of myrrh and to the hill of frankincense. You are all fair, my love. There is no mark on you. Come with me from Lebanon, my bride, with me from Lebanon. See, from the top of Amana, from the top of Sinir and Hermon, from the places of the lions, from the mountains of the leopards. You have taken away my heart, my sister, my bride. You have taken away my heart. With one look you have taken it, with one chain of your neck. How fair is your love, my sister! How much better is your love than wine, and the smell of your oils than any perfume. Your lips are dropping honey. Honey and milk are under your tongue, and the smell of your clothing is like the smell of Lebanon. A garden walled in is my sister, my bride, a garden shut up, a spring of water stopped. The produce of the garden is pomegranates, with all the best fruits, henna and spikenard and saffron, calamus and cinnamon, with all trees of frankincense, myrrh and aloes, with all the chief spices. You are a fountain of gardens, a spring of living waters, and flowing waters from Lebanon. Be awake, O north wind, and come, O south, blowing on my garden, so that its spices may come out. Let my loved one come into his garden and take of his good fruits. Chapter 5. I have come into my garden, my sister, my bride, to take my myrrh with my spice, my wax with my honey, my wine with my milk. Take meat, O friends, take wine, yes, be overcome with love. I am sleeping, but my heart is awake. It is the sound of my loved one at the door, saying, Be open to me, my sister, my love, my dove, my very beautiful one. My head is wet with dew, and my hair with the drops of the night. I have put off my coat. How may I put it on? My feet are washed. How may I make them unclean? My loved one put his hand on the door, and my heart was moved for him. I got up to let my loved one in, and my hands were dropping with myrrh, and my fingers with liquid myrrh on the lock of the door. I made the door open to my loved one, but my loved one had taken himself away and was gone. My soul was feeble when his back was turned on me. I went after him, but I did not come near him. I said his name, but he gave me no answer. The keepers who go about the town overtook me. They gave me blows and wounds. The keepers of the walls took away my veil from me. I say to you, O daughters of Jerusalem, if you see my loved one, what will you say to him? That I am overcome with love. What is your loved one more than another, O fairest among women? What is your loved one more than another, that you say this to us? My loved one is white and red, the chief among 10,000. His head is as the most delicate gold, his hair is thick and black as a raven. His eyes are as the eyes of doves by the water streams, washed with milk and rightly placed. His face is as beds of spices, giving out perfumes of every sort. His lips like lilies, dropping liquid myrrh. His hands are as rings of gold, ornamented with beryl stones. His body is as a smooth plate of ivory covered with sapphires. His legs are as pillars of stone on a base of delicate gold. His looks are as Lebanon, beautiful as the cedar tree. His mouth is most sweet. Yes, he is all beautiful. This is my loved one, and this is my friend, O daughters of Jerusalem. Chapter 6. Where is your loved one gone, O most fair among women? Where is your loved one turned away, that we may go looking for him with you? My loved one is gone down into his garden, to the beds of spices, to take food in the gardens, and to get lilies. I am for my loved one, and my loved one is for me. He takes food among the lilies. You are beautiful, O my love, as Tirzah, as fair as Jerusalem. You are to be feared like an army with flags. Let your eyes be turned away from me. See, they have overcome me. Your hair is as a flock of goats which take their rest on the side of Gilead. Your teeth are like a flock of sheep which come up from the washing. Every one has 2 lambs, and there is not one without young. Like pomegranate fruit are the sides of your head under your veil. There are 60 queens, and 80 servant wives, and young girls without number. My dove, my very beautiful one, is but one. She is the only one of her mother. She is the dearest one of her who gave her birth. The daughters saw her, and gave her a blessing. Yes, the queens and the servant wives, and they gave her praises. Who is she, looking down as the morning light, fair as the moon, clear as the sun, who is to be feared like an army with flags? I went down into the garden of nuts to see the green plants of the valley, and to see if the vine was in bud, and the pomegranate trees were in flower. Before I was conscious of it, come back, O Shulamite, come back, so that our eyes may see you. What will you see in the Shulamite? A sword dance. Chapter 7. How beautiful are your feet in their shoes, O king's daughter! The curves of your legs are like jewels, the work of the hands of a good workman. Your stomach is a store of grain with lilies round it, and in the middle a round cup full of wine. Your 2 breasts are like 2 young roes of the same birth. Your neck is as a tower of ivory, your eyes like the waters in Heshbon by the doorway of Bethrabim. Your nose is as the tower on Lebanon looking over Damascus. Your head is like Carmel, and the hair of your head is like purple, in whose net the king is prisoner. How beautiful and how sweet you are, O love, for delight! You are tall like a palm tree, and your breasts are like the fruit of the vine. I said, let me go up the palm tree, and let me take its branches in my hands. Your breasts will be as the fruit of the vine, and the smell of your breath like apples, and the root of your mouth like good wine flowing down smoothly for my loved one, moving gently over my lips and my teeth. I am for my loved one, and his desire is for me. Come, my loved one, let us go out into the field. Let us take rest among the cypress trees. Let us go out early to the vine gardens. Let us see if the vine is in bud, if it has put out its young fruit, and the pomegranate is in flower. There I will give you my love. The mandrakes give out a sweet smell, and at our doors are all sorts of good fruits, new and old, which I have kept for my loved one. Chapter 8. Oh, that you were my brother, who took milk from my mother's breasts. When I came to you in the street, I would give you kisses. Yes, I would not be looked down on. I would take you by the hand into my mother's house, and she would be my teacher. I would give you drink of spiced wine, drink of the pomegranate. His left hand would be under my head, and his right hand about me. I say to you, O daughters of Jerusalem, do not let love be moved till it is ready. Who is this who comes up from the waste places, resting on her loved one? It was I who made you awake under the apple tree, where your mother gave you birth. There she was in pain at your birth. Put me as a sign on your heart, as a sign on your arm. Love is strong as death, and wrath bitter as the underworld. Its coals are coals of fire, violent are its flames. Much water may not put out love, or the deep waters overcome it. If a man would give all the substance of his house for love, it would be judged a price not great enough. We have a young sister, and she has no breasts. What are we to do for our sister in the day when she is given to a man? If she is a wall, we will make on her a strong base of silver, and if she is a door, we will let her be shut up with cedar wood. I am a wall, and my breasts are like towers. Then was I in his eyes as one to whom good chance had come. Solomon had a vine garden at Baal Hamon. He let out the vine garden to keepers. Every one had to give 1,000 bits of silver for its fruit. My vine garden, which is mine, is before me. You, O Solomon, will have 1,000, and those who keep the fruit of them 200. You who have your resting place in the gardens, the friends give ear to your voice. Make me give ear to it. Come quickly, my loved one, and be like a roe on the mountains of spice. The end of the Song of Solomon. Recording by Mark Penfold. The Book of Lamentations, from the Basic Bible, Old Testament, translated by S.H. Hooke. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Recording by Mark Penfold. Chapter 1. See her seated by herself, the town which was full of people. She who was great among the nations has become like a widow. She who was a princess among the countries has come under the yoke of forced work. She is sorrowing bitterly in the night, and her face is wet with weeping. Among all her lovers she has no comforter. All her friends have been false to her. They have become her haters. Judah has been taken away as a prisoner because of trouble and hard work. Her living place is among the nations. There is no rest for her. All her attackers have overtaken her in a narrow place. The ways of Zion are sad, because no one comes to the holy meeting. All her doorways are made waste. Her priests are breathing out sorrow. Her virgins are troubled, and it is bitter for her. Those who are against her have become the head. Everything goes well for her haters. For the Lord has sent sorrow on her because of the great number of her sins. Her young children have gone away as prisoners before the attacker, and all her glory has gone from the daughter of Zion. Her rulers have become like harts with no place for food, and they have gone in flight without strength before the attacker. Jerusalem keeps in mind, in the days of her sorrow and of her wanderings, all the desired things which were hers in days gone by. When her people came into the power of her hater, and she had no helper, her attackers saw their desire effected on her, and made sport of her destruction. Great is the sin of Jerusalem. For this cause she has become an unclean thing. All those who gave her honor are looking down on her, because they have seen her shame. Now truly, breathing out grief, she is turned back. In her skirts were her unclean ways. She gave no thought to her end, and her fall has been a wonder. She has no comforter. See her sorrow, O Lord, for the attacker is lifted up. The hand of her hater is stretched out over all her desired things. For she has seen that the nations have come into her holy place, about whom you gave orders that they were not to come into the meeting of your people. Breathing out grief, all her people are looking for bread. They have given their desired things for food to give them life. See, O Lord, and take note, for she has become a thing of shame. Come to me, all you who go by. Keep your eyes on me, and see if there is any pain like the pain of my wound, which the Lord has sent on me in the day of his burning wrath. From on high he has sent fire into my bones, and it has overcome them. His net is stretched out for my feet. I am turned back by him. He has made me waste and feeble all the day. A watch is kept on my sins. They are joined together by his hand. They have come on to my neck. He has made my strength give way. The Lord has given me up into the hands of those against whom I have no power. The Lord has made sport of all my men of war in me. He has got men together against me to send destruction on my young men. The virgin daughter of Judah has been crushed like grapes under the feet of the Lord. For these things I am weeping. My eye is streaming with water, because the Comforter who might give me new life is far from me. My children are made waste, because the hater is strong. Zion's hands are outstretched. She has no comforter. The Lord has given orders to the attackers of Jacob round about him. Jerusalem has become like an unclean thing among them. The Lord is upright, for I have gone against his orders. Give ear now, all you peoples, and see my pain. My virgins and my young men have gone away as prisoners. I sent for my lovers, but they were false to me. My priests and my responsible men were breathing their last breath in the town, while they were looking for food to give them new life. See, O Lord, for I am in trouble. The inmost parts of my body are deeply moved. My heart is turned in me, for I have been uncontrolled. Outside the children are put to the sword, and in the house there is death. Give ear to the voice of my grief. I have no comforter. All my haters have news of my troubles. They are glad because you have done it. Let the day of fate come when they will be like me. Let all their evil-doing come before you. Do to them as you have done to me for all my sins. For loud is the sound of my grief, and the strength of my heart is gone. Chapter 2. How has the daughter of Zion been covered with a cloud by the Lord in his wrath? He has sent down from heaven to earth the glory of Israel, and has not kept in memory the resting place of his feet in the day of his wrath. The Lord has given up to destruction all the living places of Jacob without pity, pulling down in his wrath the strong places of the daughter of Judah, stretching out on the earth the wounded, even her king and her rulers. In his burning wrath every horn of Israel has been cut off. His right hand has been turned back before the attacker. He has put a fire in Jacob, causing destruction round about. His bow has been bent for the attack. He has taken his place with his hand ready. In his hate he has put to death all who were pleasing to the eye. On the tent of the daughter of Zion he has let loose his passion like fire. The Lord has become like one fighting against her, sending destruction on Israel. He has sent destruction on all her great houses, making waste his strong places, increasing the grief and the sorrow of the daughter of Judah. And he has violently taken away his tent as from a garden. He has made waste his meeting place. The Lord has taken away the memory of feast and Sabbath in Zion, and in the passion of his wrath he is against king and priest. The Lord has given up his altar, and has been turned in hate from his holy place. He has given up into the hands of the attacker the walls of her great houses. Their voices have been loud in the house of the Lord, as in the day of a holy meeting. It is the Lord's purpose to make waste the wall of the daughter of Zion. His line has been stretched out. He has not kept back his hand from destruction. He has sent sorrow on tower and wall. They have become feeble together. Her doors have gone down into the earth. He has sent destruction on her locks. Her king and her princes are among the nations where the law is not. Even her prophets have had no vision from the Lord. The responsible men of the daughter of Zion are seated on the earth without a word. They have put dust on their heads. They are clothed in haircloth. The heads of the virgins of Jerusalem are bent down to the earth. My eyes are wasted with weeping. The inmost parts of my body are deeply moved. My inner parts are drained out on the earth for the destruction of the daughter of my people, because of the young children and babies at the breast who are falling without strength in the open squares of the town. They say to their mothers, "Where is grain and wine? when they are falling like the wounded in the open squares of the town, when their life is drained out on their mother's breast. What example am I to give you? What comparison am I to make for you, O daughter of Jerusalem? What am I to make equal to you, so that I may give you comfort, O virgin daughter of Zion? For your destruction is great like the sea. Who is able to make you well? The visions which your prophets have seen for you are false and foolish. They have not made clear to you your sin, so that your fate might be changed. But they have seen for you false words, driving you away. All who go by make a noise with their hands at you. They make hisses, shaking their heads at the daughter of Jerusalem, and saying, "Is this the town which was the crown of everything beautiful, the joy of all the earth?" All your haters are opening their mouths wide against you. Making hisses and whistling through their teeth, they say, "We have made a meal of her. Certainly this is the day we have been looking for. It has come. We have seen it." The Lord has done that which was his purpose. He has put into force the orders which he gave in the days which are past. Pulling down without pity, he has made your hater glad over you, lifting up the horn of those who were against you. Let your cry go up to the Lord. O wall of the daughter of Zion, let your weeping be flowing down like a stream. Day and night give yourself no rest. Let not your eyes keep back the drops of sorrow. Up, give cries in the night at the starting of the night watches. Let your heart be flowing out like water before the face of the Lord, lifting up your hands to him for the life of your young children who are falling down, feeble for need of food, at the top of every street. Look, O Lord, see to whom you have done this. Are the women to take as their food the fruit of their bodies, the children who are folded in their arms? Are the priest and the prophet to be put to death in the holy place of the Lord? The young men and the old are stretched on the earth in the streets. My virgins and my young men have been put to the sword. You have sent death on them in the day of your wrath, causing death without pity. As in the day of a holy meeting, you have made fears come round me on every side, and no one got away or was kept safe in the day of the Lord's wrath. Those who were folded in my arms, whom I take care of, have been sent to their destruction by my hater. Chapter 3. I am the man who has seen trouble by the rod of his wrath. By him I have been made to go in the dark where there is no light. Truly against me his hand has been turned again and again all the day. My flesh and my skin have been used up by him, and my bones broken. He has put up a wall against me, shutting me in with bitter sorrow. He has kept me in dark places, like those who have been long dead. He has put a wall round me, so that I am not able to go out. He has made great the weight of my chain. Even when I send up a cry for help, he keeps my prayer shut out. He has put up a wall of cut stones about my ways. He has made my roads twisted. He is like a bear waiting for me, like a lion in secret places. By him my ways have been turned on one side, and I have been pulled in bits. He has made me waste. With his bow bent he has made me the mark for his arrows. He has let loose his arrows into the inmost parts of my body. I have become the sport of all the peoples. I am made their song all the day. He has made my life nothing but pain. He has given me the bitter root in full measure. By him my teeth have been broken with crushed stones, and I am bent low in the dust. My soul is sent far away from peace. I have no more memory of good. And I said, my strength is cut off, and my hope from the Lord. Keep in mind my trouble and my wandering, the bitter root and the poison. My soul still keeps the memory of them, and is bent down in me. This I keep in mind, and because of this I have hope. It is through the Lord's love that we have not come to destruction, because his mercies have no limit. They are new every morning. Great is your good faith. I said to myself, the Lord is my heritage, and because of this I will have hope in him. The Lord is good to those who are waiting for him, to the soul which is looking for him. It is good to go on hoping and quietly waiting for the salvation of the Lord. It is good for a man to undergo the yoke when he is young. Let him be seated by himself, saying nothing, because he has put it on him. Let him put his mouth in the dust, if by chance there may be hope. Let his face be turned to him who gives him blows. Let him be full of shame. For the Lord does not give a man up forever. For though he sends grief, still he will have pity in the full measure of his love. For he has no pleasure in troubling and causing grief to the children of men. In a man's crushing under his feet all the prisoners of the earth, in his turning away the right of a man before the face of the Most High, in his doing wrong to a man in his cause, the Lord has no pleasure. Who is able to say a thing and give effect to it, if it has not been ordered by the Lord? Do not evil and good come from the mouth of the Most High? What protest may a living man make, even a man about the punishment of his sin? Let us make search and put our ways to the test, turning again to the Lord, lifting up our hearts with our hands to God in the heavens. We have done wrong and gone against your law. We have not had your forgiveness. Covering yourself with wrath, you have gone after us, cutting us off without pity, covering yourself with a cloud so that prayer may not get through. You have made us like waste, and that for which there is no use among the peoples. The mouths of all our haters are open wide against us. Fear and deep waters have come on us, wasting and destruction. Rivers of water are running down my eyes, for the destruction of the daughter of my people. My eyes are streaming without stopping. They have no rest, till the Lord's eye is turned on me, till he sees my trouble from heaven. The Lord is unkind to my soul, more than all the daughters of my town. They who are against me without cause have gone hard after me as if I was a bird. They have put an end to my life in the prison, stoning me with stones. Waters were flowing over my head. I said, I am cut off. I was making prayer to your name, O Lord, out of the lowest prison. My voice came to you. Let not your ear be shut to my breathing, to my cry. You came near in the day when I made my prayer to you. You said, have no fear. O Lord, you have taken up the cause of my soul. You have made my life safe. O Lord, you have seen my wrong. Be judge in my cause. You have seen all the evil rewards they have sent on me, and all their designs against me. Their bitter words have come to your ears, O Lord, and all their designs against me. The lips of those who came up against me, and their thoughts against me all the day. Take note of them when they are seated and when they get up. I am their song. You will give them their reward, O Lord, answering to the work of their hands. You will let their hearts be covered over with your curse on them. You will go after them in wrath, and put an end to them from under the heavens of the Lord. Chapter 4. How dark has the gold become! How changed the best gold! The stones of the holy place are dropping out at the top of every street. The valued sons of Zion, whose price was the best gold, are looked on as vessels of earth, the work of the hands of the potter. Even the beasts of the wasteland have full breasts. They give milk to their young ones. The daughter of my people has become cruel, like the ostriches in the wasteland. The tongue of the child at the breast is fixed to the roof of his mouth for need of drink. The young children are crying out for bread, and no man gives it to them. Those who were used to feasting on delicate food are wasted in the streets. Those who as children were dressed in purple are stretched out on the dust. For the punishment of the daughter of my people is greater than the punishment of Sodom, which was overturned suddenly without any hand falling on her. Her holy ones were cleaner than snow. They were whiter than milk. Their bodies were redder than corals. Their form was as the sapphire. Their face is blacker than night. In the streets no one has knowledge of them. Their skin is hanging on their bones. They are dry. They have become like wood. Those who have been put to the sword are better off than those whose death is caused by need of food. For these come to death slowly, burned up like the fruit of the field. The hands of kind-hearted women have been boiling their children. They were their food in the destruction of the daughter of my people. The Lord has given full effect to his passion. He has let loose his burning wrath. He has made a fire in Zion, causing the destruction of its bases. To the kings of the earth and to all the people of the world, it did not seem possible that the attackers and the haters would go into the doors of Jerusalem. It is because of the sins of her prophets and the evil doing of her priests, by whom the blood of the upright has been drained out in her. They are wandering like blind men in the streets. They are made unclean with blood, so that their robes may not be touched by men. Away, unclean, they were crying out to them. Away, away, let there be no touching. When they went away in flight and wandering, men said among the nations, there is no further resting place for them. The face of the Lord has sent them in all directions. He will no longer take care of them. They had no respect for the priests. They gave no honor to the old men. Our eyes are still wasting away in looking for our false help. We have been watching for a nation unable to give salvation. They go after our steps so that we may not go in our streets. Our end is near. Our days are numbered, for our end has come. Those who went after us were quicker than the eagles of the heaven, driving us before them on the mountains, waiting secretly for us in the wasteland. Our breath of life, he on whom the holy oil was put, was taken in their holes, of whom we said, under his shade we will be living among the nations. Have joy and be glad, O daughter of Edom, living in the land of Uz. The cup will be given to you in your turn, and you will be overcome with wine, and your shame will be seen. The punishment of your evildoing is complete, O daughter of Zion. Never again will he take you away as a prisoner. He will give you the reward of your evildoing, O daughter of Edom. He will let your sin be uncovered. Chapter 5. Keep in mind, O Lord, what has come to us. Take note and see our shame. Our heritage is given up to men of strange lands, our houses to those who are not our countrymen. We are children without fathers. Our mothers are like widows. We give money for a drink of water. We get our wood for a price. Our attackers are on our necks. Overcome with weariness, we have no rest. We have given our hands to the Egyptians and to the Assyrians, so that we might have enough bread. Our fathers were sinners and are dead, and the weight of their evildoing is on us. Servants are ruling over us, and there is no one to make us free from their hands. We put our lives in danger to get our bread because of the sword of the wasteland. Our skin is heated like an oven because of our burning heat from need of food. They took by force the women in Zion, the virgins in the towns of Judah. Their hands put princes to death by hanging. The faces of old men were not honored. The young men were crushing the grain, and the boys were falling under the wood. The old men are no longer seated in the doorway, and the music of the young men has come to an end. The joy of our hearts is ended. Our dancing is changed into sorrow. The crown has been taken from our head. Sorrow is ours, for we are sinners. Because of this, our hearts are feeble. For these things, our eyes are dark. Because of the mountains of Zion, which is a waste, jackals go over it. You, O Lord, are seated as king forever. The seat of your power is eternal. Why have we gone from your memory forever? Why have you been turned away from us for so long? Make us come back to you, O Lord, and let us be turned. Make our days new again as in the past. But you have quite given us up. You are full of wrath against us. The End of the Book of Lamentations. Recording by Mark Penfold. The Book of Malachi, From the Basic Bible, Old Testament. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Recording by Mark Penfold. Chapter 1. The Word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi. You have been loved by me, says the Lord. But you say, where was your love for us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother? Says the Lord. But Jacob was loved by me, and Esau was hated, and I sent destruction on his mountains, and gave his heritage to the beasts of the wasteland. Though Edom says, we are crushed down, but we will come back, building up the waste places. This is what the Lord of armies has said. They may put up buildings, but I will have them pulled down, and they will be named the land of evildoing, and the people against whom the Lord keeps his wrath forever. And your eyes will see it, and you will say, the Lord is great even outside the limits of Israel. A son gives honor to his father, and a servant has fear of his master. If then I am a father, where is my honor? And if I am a master, where is the fear of me? Says the Lord of armies to you, O priests, who give no value to my name. And you say, how have we not given value to your name? You put unclean bread on my altar. And you say, how have we made it unclean? By your saying, the table of the Lord is of no value. And when you give what is blind for an offering, it is no evil. And when you give what is damaged and ill, it is no evil. Give it now to your ruler. Will he be pleased with you, or will you have his approval? Says the Lord of armies. And now make request for the grace of God, so that he may have mercy on us. This has been your doing. Will he give his approval to any of you? Says the Lord of armies. If only there was one among you who would see that the doors were shut, so that you might not put a light to the fire on my altar for nothing. I have no pleasure in you, says the Lord of armies, and I will not take an offering from your hands. For from the coming up of the sun till its going down, my name is great among the Gentiles, and in every place the smell of burning flesh is offered to my name, and a clean offering, for my name is great among the Gentiles, says the Lord of armies. But you make it unholy by saying, the Lord's table has become unclean, and his food is of no value. And you say, see, what a weariness it is, and you let out your breath at it, says the Lord of armies. And you have given what has been cut about by beasts, and what is damaged in its feet and ill. This is the offering you give. Will this be pleasing to me from your hands? Says the Lord. A curse on the false man who has a male in his flock, and takes his oath, and gives to the Lord a damaged thing. For I am a great king, says the Lord of armies, and my name is to be feared among the Gentiles. Chapter 2. And now, O you priests, this order is for you. If you will not give ear and take it to heart, to give glory to my name, says the Lord of armies, then I will send the curse on you, and will put a curse on your blessing. Truly, even now I have put a curse on it, because you do not take it to heart. See, I will have your arm cut off, and will put waste on your faces, even the waste from your feasts, and you will be taken away with it. And you will be certain that I have sent this order to you, so that it might be my agreement with Levi, says the Lord of armies. My agreement with him was on my side life and peace, and I gave them to him. On his side fear, and he had fear of me, and gave honor to my name. True teaching was in his mouth, and no evil was seen on his lips. He was walking with me in peace and righteousness, turning numbers of people away from evil doing. For it is right for the priest's lips to keep knowledge, and for men to be waiting for the law from his mouth. For he is the servant sent from the Lord of armies. But you are turned out of the way. You have made the law hard for numbers of people. You have made the agreement of Levi of no value, says the Lord of armies. And so I have taken away your honor, and made you low before all the people, even as you have not kept my ways, and have given no thought to me in using the law. Have we not all one Father? Has not one God made us? Why are we, every one of us, acting falsely to his brother, putting shame on the agreement of our fathers? Judah has been acting falsely, and a disgusting thing has been done in Jerusalem. For Judah has made unclean the holy place of the Lord, which is dear to him, and has taken as his wife the daughter of a strange god. The Lord will have the man who does this cut off root and branch out of the tents of Jacob, and him who makes an offering to the Lord of armies. And this again you do, covering the altar of the Lord with weeping and with grief, so that he gives no more thought to the offering, and does not take it with pleasure from your hand. But you say, For what reason? Because the Lord has been a witness between you and the wife of your early years, to whom you have been untrue, though she is your friend, and the wife to whom you have given your word. For I am against the putting away of a wife, says the Lord, the God of Israel, and against him who is clothed with violent acts, says the Lord of armies. So give thought to your spirit, and do not be false in your acts. You have made the Lord tired with your words, and still you say, How have we made him tired? By your saying, Everyone who does evil is good in the eyes of the Lord, and he has delight in them. Or, Where is God the judge? Chapter 3. See, I am sending my servant, and he will make ready the way before me. And the Lord, whom you are looking for, will suddenly come to his temple, and the angel of the agreement in whom you have delight. See, he is coming, says the Lord of armies. But by whom may the day of his coming be faced? And who may keep his place when he is seen? For he is like the metal tester's fire and the cleaner's soap. He will take his seat, testing and cleaning the sons of Levi, burning away the evil from them as from gold and silver, so that they may make offerings to the Lord in righteousness. Then the offering of Judah and Jerusalem will be pleasing to the Lord, as in days gone by, and as in past years. And I will come near to you for judging. I will quickly be a witness against the wonder-workers, against those who have been untrue in married life, against those who take false oaths, against those who keep back from the servant his payment, and who are hard on the widow and the child without a father, who do not give his rights to the man from a strange country, and have no fear of me, says the Lord of armies. For I am the Lord, I am unchanged, and so you, O sons of Jacob, have not been cut off. From the days of your fathers you have been turned away from my rules, and have not kept them. Come back to me, and I will come back to you, says the Lord of armies. But you say, How are we to come back? Will a man keep back from God what is right? But you have kept back what is mine. But you say, What have we kept back from you? Tenths and offerings. You are cursed with a curse, for you have kept back from me what is mine, even all this nation. Let your tenths come into the storehouse, so that there may be food in my house, and put me to the test by doing so, says the Lord of armies. And see if I do not make the windows of heaven open, and send down such a blessing on you that there is no room for it. And on your account I will keep back the locusts from wasting the fruits of your land, and the fruit of your vine will not be dropped on the field before its time, says the Lord of armies. And you will be named Happy by all nations, for you will be a land of delight, says the Lord of armies. Your words have been strong against me, says the Lord. And still you say, What have we said against you? You have said, It is no use worshiping God. What profit have we had from keeping his orders, and going in clothing of sorrow before the Lord of armies? And now to us the men of pride seem happy. Yes, the evildoers are doing well. They put God to the test and are safe. Then those in whom was the fear of the Lord had talked together, and the Lord gave ear, and it was recorded in a book to be kept in mind before him, for those who had the fear of the Lord and gave thought to his name. And they will be mine, says the Lord, in the day when I make them my special property. And I will have mercy on them as a man has mercy on his son who is his servant. Then you will again see how the upright man is different from the sinner, and the servant of God from him who is not. Chapter 4. For see, the day is coming, it is burning like an oven. All the men of pride and all who do evil will be dry stems of grass, and in the day which is coming they will be burned up, says the Lord of armies, till they have not a root or a branch. But to you who give worship to my name, the Son of Righteousness will come up with new life in its wings, and you will go out, playing like young oxen full of food. And the evildoers will be crushed under you. They will be dust under your feet in the day when I do my work, says the Lord of armies. Keep in mind the law of Moses, my servant, which I gave him in Horeb for all Israel, even the rules and the decisions. See, I am sending you Elijah the prophet before the day of the Lord comes, that great day, greatly to be feared. And by him the hearts of fathers will be turned to their children, and the hearts of children to their fathers, for fear that I may come and put the earth under a curse. The end of the book of Malachi, and the end of the Old Testament.